In Women and Work, it's International Women's Day. Joining us now, Dr. Laxmi Mehta, a volunteer with the American Heart Association, and Leah Riegert, a Go Red for Women volunteer. So what is the progress of the Go Red for Women campaign?
So the Go Red campaign has been around for about 17 years, and there's been a lot of exciting things that have happened. We've funded life-saving women's specific research. We've advanced public health policy to improve women's cardiovascular health. We've championed more women to go into research and in the STEM fields, which is essential to advance the field. And we've created a platform for women to take charge of their health, for them to be aware of cardiovascular disease being the #1 cause of death, as well as what are the steps that they can do to help prevent their own risks of developing heart disease.
A lot of women are working from home right now. What are some warning signs? And for somebody who is expecting, should someone be around in the house?
You know, the warning signs of heart disease, if they're having like a heart attack or something like that, the #1 symptom is chest pain that they can experience, and it can be pressure, tightness, sharp pains. But women also can sometimes have unusual symptoms as well, like shortness of breath, nausea, and intense fatigue. So those are some of the symptoms. If they're pregnant, watching out for heart failure symptoms, too much shortness of breath that they wouldn't expect, excessive swelling in the legs. If they're getting those chest pain symptoms, if they suddenly have stroke-like symptoms like weakness in an extremity, those are acute symptoms that they need to be aware of. You don't necessarily need someone around. We don't want to mandate that they need to be supervised all the time, but paying attention to your symptoms is essential. Knowing how to call 911 is important. So if you're thinking you're having an event, call 911 before you're calling someone else for help.
Leah, you're a heart failure and stroke survivor. Can you share your story?
6 days after I gave birth to my daughter, I noticed I had shortness of breath when I was laying down and my heart was racing. We went to the emergency room where I was quickly diagnosed with peripartum cardiomyopathy or postpartum heart failure. One day after my discharge, I had a massive stroke. My husband noticed that the right side of my face was drooping. I was air cared to a hospital where the neurosurgeon plucked the clot from my brain. The doctors think that the clot formed in my heart and it shot out. Today, luckily, my heart is functioning at a low normal functioning. I take my blood pressure every day. I take medication 3 times a day. I make an effort to eat healthy and exercise. And most importantly, I think, just educating other people on the signs and symptoms. I had no risk factors and no family history. So just making other people aware to listen to their bodies, and GoRedForWomen.org is a great place to start with that.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that success story, and thanks to you as well, Doctor.
Thank you.
Business First AM. Check us out on social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.